So good day everyone. So today we are going to discuss the lesson under your module 3. The lesson title is Fingerprint Patterns, Arches, and Loops. So our lesson objectives illustrate arch and loop pattern and compare characteristics of arch and loop patterns. So first let us define fingerprint pattern. So it refers to the general formation of the ridges found within the pattern area. So as discussed prior, we have two parts of our fingerprint, which is the ridges and the furrows. Ano? So yung ridges natin, yun yung heel-like structure that is responsible to the formation of our fingerprint pattern. So we have three general types of fingerprint patterns. So we have the arches, which comprises of 5% of our overall population. Kaya ito yung pinaka-rare na klase ng fingerprint. While yung pinaka-common naman is yung loops, which comprises of the 65% of our overall total population. And yung whirl naman, 30% po yan ng ating total population. Ano? So, yan yung itsura nila nandito sa may pinakababa. Yan yung basic illustration na ng ating tatlong general fingerprint pattern. And next, so let us define plain arch. It is a fingerprint pattern in which the ridges enter on one side of the pattern and flow towards the other side with a rise in the center. So plain arch is considered as the simplest of all fingerprint patterns. No, kasi take note, no, meron tayong 8 standard fingerprint patterns. So, yung arches natin na sinabi na yan, kaya siya tinawag na general fingerprint patterns kasi under ng arch, meron pang dalawang klase. Under ng loop, meron pang dalawang klase ulit. And yung whirl naman, 4 na klase. So, kaya for a total of 8, no, 8 standard fingerprint patterns. So, yung plain arch yan yung simplest of all fingerprint patterns. So, bakit ba siya kinonsider na simplest? Kasi from one side, nag-flow lang siya to the other side with a rise in the center. And yung rise niya, hindi naman ganun ka-prominent. Ano? Unlike na tinatawag natin na tented arch. So, most of the ridges enter upon one side of the impression and flow or tend to flow upon the other side. So, parang yung plain arch lang din, nag-flow siya from one side to another side. Kaya lang, meron tayong tatlong klase ng tented arch na nasa module nyo. Ano? And yun yung difference niya ngayon kay plain arch. So, yung three types ng tented arch natin, yung first, the type in which ridges at the center form a definite angle, 90 degrees. So, kung yung plain arch, yung umbok niya, simple lang doon sa gitna. Yung tented arch, prominent talaga yung pagkakaumbok niya. Makikita mo talaga, ano, kaya nga 90 degrees or less. 90 degrees or less, ano. So, alam niyo naman siguro kung ano yung itsura ng 90 degrees. So, parang ito yan, yung nasa picture, ano. So, kaya siya tinawag na tented arch kasi yung pinaka-center niya, nagfo-form siya ng parang tent. Tent-like formation, kaya tented arch. Yung pangalawa naman, the type in which one or more ridges at the center form an upthrust. So, yung upthrust niya is 45 degrees or more. So, mas mataas lang yung arco nitong 90 degrees nung pinakaunang form, ano, pero parehas lang sila. Parehas lang silang tented arch. Nagkakaiba lang doon sa degrees, pero yung 45 degrees na yan, makikita mo kasi magke-create pa rin siya ng tent-like structure. And the last type of tented arch is the type approaching the loop type, possessing two of the basic or essential characteristics of the loop but lacking the third. So, yung loop kasi, meron siyang tatlong elements para matawag natin na loop yan. Ano? So, there must be a sufficient recurve. Number two, there must be a core and a delta. And number three, there must be at least one ridge count. And yun yung nawawala, yung pangatlong element niya. Ano? So, loop siya. Kung titignan, meron siyang sufficient recurve, meron din siyang core, saka delta. Kaya lang, nung nag-ridge count ka na, between the core and the delta, wala kang nabilang kahit na isa. So, hindi siya considered na loop, but instead, considered po siya as tented arch. So next, loops naman tayo. So is that type of fingerprint pattern in which one or more of the ridges enter on either side of the impression recurve touch or pass an imaginary line drawn from the delta to the core. So ito po yung itsura ng tinatawag natin na loop, ano. So para malaman natin kung loop ba yan or tented arch, so we must first determine the elements of a loop. Tulad nga ng sinabi ko kanina, meron tayong tatlo, three elements of a loop. So number one, there must be a sufficient recurve. So yung sufficient recurve na yan, ito po yan. Yan yung pa-curve na part. Ayan, yan yung mga sufficient recurve natin. Yung doon sa part ng baba ng sufficient recurve natin, yan naman yung tinatawag natin na shoulder. So dapat yung sufficient recurve, complete siya, and it must be free of any appendage. So yung appendage, yun yung guhit sa pinakataas ng sufficient recurve. And number two, there must be a core and a delta. So yung core, yun po yung center ng ating fingerprint pattern, while yung delta naman, yan yung point na matatagpuan in between the two diverging ridges. So kailangan merong sufficient recurve, dapat din meron siyang core and delta, and yung last na element niya, there must be at least one ridge count. So kapag nag-draw ka ng imaginary line between the delta and the core, kailangan meron kang mabilang na at least one. Kailangan merong ridge in between the core and the delta. Ano, so at least one. So kapag wala kang nabilang na ridge in between the core and the delta, hindi po yan loop. So it is considered as a tented arch. No? So yun pa yung isang difference niya dun sa dalawang arch. Ang loops kasi, meron siyang core saka delta. While yung plain arch, definitely, wala siyang core and delta. Pati yung dalawang klase, yung dalawang naunang klase ng tented arch, the 90 degrees and the 45 degrees, wala din po yung core and delta. So, ang tented arch lang na possible na magkaroon ng core and delta ay yung last part. Ano? So, considered siya, kung titignan mo siya, loop siya. Kaya lang, wala siyang ridge count. Kaya siya na-consider na tented arch. But nevertheless, kapag ang elements ng loop ay complete, so therefore, considered po siya as a loop. And under the loop, meron tayong dalawang klase. Ayan po yung elements ng loop natin. Ano? So, sa loop, meron tayong radial loop and ulnar loop. So when we say radial loop, a loop is radial when the opening end of the loop ridge points on the direction of the thumb. No, so yung buto kasi dito sa may thumb natin, ang tawag po natin dyan is radius bone. Kaya siya tinawag na radial loop. So dapat daw yung flow ng kanyang ridges ay papunta sa ating radius bone. So kaya siya tinatawag na radial loop. Yung isa naman, ulnar loop. So a loop is ulnar when the opening end of the loop ridge points in the direction of the little finger. So kapag yung flow naman ng kanyang ridges ay papunta doon sa little finger, considered po yan na ulnar. Kaya tinawag na ulnar kasi yung bone naman dito sa may ating left hand, ang tawag po doon is ulna bone. And so, meron tayong technique dyan para malaman natin na radial loop and ulnar loop yun. Ano? So, first thing first, dapat alam mo kung saan kamay siya nanggaling. So, meron lang naman tayong dalawa, di ba? So, meron tayong right saka left. So, hindi mo malalaman kung radial loop yan or pwede mo pa rin malaman pero ito lang yung easiest technique. Ano? So, kailangan malaman mo muna kung saan nanggaling yung fingerprint. So, kung sa right hand ba or sa left hand. So, kung sa right hand, itatapat mo yung right hand mo doon sa fingerprint pattern tapos titignan mo yung flow ng kanyang ridges. So, mag-i-start ka nung flow niya, titignan mo doon sa may part nung delta or nung diverging ridges. So, kung saan papunta, susundan mo. So, dito yan mag-i-start, susundan mo ng sufficient recurve. So, kapag nakatapat yung kamay mo dyan, papunta po yan sa right thumb natin. Ano, kaya siya tinawag na radial loop. While yung isa naman, Kaya ito ulnar loop kasi nanggaling naman siya sa left hand. So supposedly, sabihin na natin nanggaling siya sa left hand, ano. So itatapat mo yung left hand mo diyan, tapos susundan mo ulit yung flow nung kanyang ridges. So from the diverging ridges, ito yan from the point of the delta papunta dito. So kung nakatapat yung kamay mo diyan, pupunta siya doon sa may part ng little finger. That is why ito ay considered as an ulnar loop. And so that's all. That's the end of our module 3.